how has the superhero genre evolved? What will be covered? Where it all began with the original superhero films and TV programmes, the rise in popularity for the genre post 9/11, and finally the dark and twisted change the genre is now going under.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs. I want the real story. I want the inside dope on this guy.
Easy, miss. I've got you.
You've got me? Who's got you? What's your background? Where do you hail from?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain, actually. See, I come from a planet called Krypton.
Now, Superman is a film which is all about excitement, fun, escapism, along with some questionable physics and cheesy one-liners, as well as the epic grand music. The film was of course made by a big corporate company, and that is reflected in the film. The main character of Superman is of course a white male, and the damsel in distress, who is, as always, Lois Lane, is a white female. But this all fits in with the zeitgeist of when the comic the film is based on was written, as well as the time that the film was made as well. Although this is very, very similar to any superhero film that was made even nowadays, although there is only a few exceptions. The superhero genre quickly evolved from the camp and whimsical fun nature to now, where after 9/11, the traditional notion of superheroes rings hollow. They had to be reinvented so that they were more realistically reflected to the fears and concerns of a new post-9/11 America.
I joined S.H.I.E.L.D. to protect people.
Captain.
To build a better world sometimes means tearing the old one down.
And that makes enemies.
Are you ready for the world to see you as you really are? Look out the window. You know how the game works. Disorder, war. All it takes is one step.
We're gonna neutralize a lot of threats before they even happen.
Thought the punishment usually came after the crime.
S.H.I.E.L.D. takes the world as it is, not as we'd like it to be.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
You need to keep both eyes open.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
Your work has been a gift to mankind. You've shaped the century. And I need you to do it one more time.
Gear up. It's time.
For Captain America Winter Soldier, the film, as seen by the trailer, is much more detailed, and there are far many more levels to the good and the bad characters, which were previously unseen in the films of yesteryear, with the superhero films of nowadays covering many different problems in society. Now, there are many deeper meanings to superhero films nowadays. The first example is, of course, X-Men, with touching on the topic of racism and the ideas of outsiders and whether they can cause problems and whether they do, as well as Captain America. He struggles to adapt to the modern day with a world of fast-moving technology, as well as dealing with the loss of everyone he knows. Now clearly there is much more depth to these films rather than just a fight between good and bad and bringing justice.
Tony Stark. Now you work for me. part of your building stock.
Your eyes are red. Your tears for your long-lost boss?
Tears of joy. I hate job hunting.
Yeah, vacation's over.
Welcome home, sir.
Boot up the scanner, will you?
What happened over there?
I had my eyes open. I want to protect the people I put in harm's way.
A man with a dozen of these can rule all of Asia.
Yeah, I can fly.
Let's see if this dog can hunt.
So the upgrade is complete.
Tell you what, throw a little hot rod red in there. Hey, good luck keeping up.
What's going on here?
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing. There's been speculation that I'm parading around as a superhero. I'm just not the hero type, clearly.
Iron Man is the ideal superhero for the post-9/11 world. He is linked with the typical American dream of one person saving the day and being the hero. In the first film, he goes from a heartless arms dealer and successful businessman who was captured by a group of terrorists and forced to make lethal weaponry, but instead builds armour and weapons so he can make his escape. From there, he uses his technical know-how to turn his life around and to help people. He finally comes to understand the post-9/11 world as one of fear that greatly increases the capacity to abuse people. A more nuanced character emerges, and Iron Man has tackled the power of fear as a weapon of contemporary terrorism. Also, it should be noted that the terrorist turns out to be a well-produced phony. This further demonstrates the post-9/11 anxiety about the power of fear to create a moral panic amongst the bewildered herd.
Mr. Wayne, Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham? Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. People living in fear. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical, wouldn't you say? Considering every time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff-piece editorial about an alien who could burn the whole place down.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's Gotham City and me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? That power can be innocent.
You're gonna go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us.
You know you can't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
Now, there is a very recent evolution that is happening within the genre. My first example of this is Batman vs Superman. The genre is slowly becoming much more darker and more risque. This is linked to the desensitisation, where shock videos of real extreme violence are very easy to find on the internet. Clearly then, this is a dystopian way of thinking. With the internet, where there are lots of negatives to the internet, such as shock viral videos, which can be extremely harming, as well as videos and websites which are pro-anorexia, a harmful mental illness which is glorified as a way of life and how to look beautiful. So therefore, films now have to try and outdo these videos so that they can become successful.
Whatever they did to me made me totally indestructible and completely unfuckable.
You look like the inside of other people's assholes.
I didn't ask to be super, and I'm no hero. But when you find out your worst enemy is after your best girl, the time has come to be a fucking superhero.
Right up Main Street.
Hear the music.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
We can't allow this, Deadpool.
I don't have time for your X-Men bullshit, Colossus. Besides, nobody's getting hurt. That guy was up there before we got here.
Knock, knock, open
I've played a lot of roles. Damsel in distress ain't one of them.
You gonna rock.
Time to make the chimmy fucking chongas.
Don't let it go.
Have you seen this man? I never say this, but don't swallow. Shit. Did I leave the stove on?
X gon' give it to you.
Yeah, you're way too much dude for me. That's why I brought him.
I mean, that's why I brought her? Oh, no, finish your tweet. That's fine. Just give us a second. Go get her, Tiger. Oh, I so pity the dude who pressures her into prom sex.
X gon' give it to you.
Deadpool only recently came out and is already one of the most successful adult films ever produced. It's based on a classic comic book anti-hero who goes through a program to try and cure his terminal cancer with experimental procedures. He becomes mutated with healing abilities, but there is a catch, with the cancer cells also being regenerated. This ends up playing a large role in the film as he tries to get help for his appearance, which is regularly joked about in the film, adding humour, as well as to seek revenge on the man in charge, and who changed him. The film features very crude humour and very graphic violence, including someone being decapitated by a flying motorbike chain, as well as plenty of swearing and at times shocking language. But one element of the film that provides a positive light is that, as in Deadpool, the main character, who in superhero films are regularly deemed incredibly attractive, he is very much the opposite, and not being an object to the female gaze. The genre change is set to stick, with many other films in the genre set to come out with the new same dark and gritty feel, such as Suicide Squad and X-Men Apocalypse, both due to come out within the next few weeks and then within the next year. Thank you for watching.